The People's Democratic Party, PDP, has criticized President Bola Tinubu for awarding Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi the Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger, G-Con, Nigeria's second highest national honor. According to the PDP Deputy National Youth Leader, Tohwo Oseruvwoja, the move is a misplaced priority, questioning Modi's contribution to Nigeria. Defending the gesture, APC Deputy National Organizing Secretary Nze Chidi Duru said Tinubu's decision was neither unprecedented nor unwarranted. During the Nigeria-India bilateral meeting in Abuja, Tinubu praised a strong partnership between the nations. Modi, in turn, pledged 20 tons of flood relief aid to Nigeria and emphasized strengthening ties in trade, energy, and technology. The PDP maintained its stance, urging clearer criteria for such honors. Now, to discuss this further, we're joined by legal practitioner and public affairs analyst Tohwo Oseruvwoja, who is joining us from the United Kingdom. Thank you so much, Tohwo, for joining us.
No.
All right, Tohwo, I mean, we see that Narendra Modi has been conferred such huge honor. I think my first question is going to be, what should be the standard criteria for conferring national honors like the Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger? And do you think that the Indian Prime Minister meets these criteria?
Okay, well, when it comes to the issue of honor, national honor in Nigeria is within the prerogative of Mr. President by virtue of Section 5, subsection 1, paragraph B of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, because national honors are governed by laws of the National Assembly, which by virtue of the National Honor Award Act 1963 in Nigeria. So it's within the prerogative of the president to give such an honor. So there's no specific criteria, but if you look at it generally, honors are given based on specific and how will I put it now? People have distinguished themselves in areas of governance, in sports, economy, and the same time academics. So if you look at it from all these perspectives I've just mentioned, you discover that I align myself with the position of the People's Democratic Party that says that is a misplaced priority.
Right. So how do you think that awarding such an honor to the Prime Minister Modi strengthens Nigeria's bilateral relationship with India? Could this set a precedent for future diplomatic engagement, seeing as Modi has made certain commitments and it seems to be the start?
No, well, let me tell you one thing for free. Giving such an honor does not really strengthen or does not affect the diplomatic relationship between Nigeria and India. But the other thing is that, let me bring a quote that was stated that when an honor is given or is bestowed on people who does not deserve it, it's lost its value. Remember, that award in question is the second highest that normally accrue to the office of the Vice President, the office of the Chief Justice of Nigeria. That was just given to a political office holder in another country. It does not really tell well. And two, if you look at it, you ask yourself, what has been the impact of Nigeria, or what has been the impact of India based on their productivity and otherwise? What has been the impact of India to Nigeria for such an honor to be given? So it's a misplaced priority, and it does not really affect, because if you look at India, India is a country that is beginning to be built on institution, not individual. So if it is like a country where individual who are an institution where individuals supersede institution, where you say it affects, because whatever Modu is saying here in Nigeria, or whatever decision he has made in Nigeria, is subject to their institutional verification and ratification. So it makes no sense at all, and it does not. It may not even goes anywhere, because if India says they are not going to engage Nigeria in anything at all, irrespective of the honor or the award, it will not happen.
Right. Now, given the criticisms from the PDP, how will this decision affect the public perception of President Tinubu's priorities and approach to international relations? Because seeing how, a lot of people are claiming that this is obviously misplaced priorities.
Yeah, I think the one thing I see, it has really exposed the president's ability to manage diplomatic relationship or to engage in diplomatic discussions or conduct, I would say, because the charisma and his response to issues when it comes to international relationship is really poor, and I think I'll question his advisors and at the same time the Minister of Foreign Affairs for allowing such a thing to happen. And the other thing you also see again is that I think that the president needs to be educated that issues of this nature or according honors or giving privileges to political office holders who are temporary holders of office when it comes to another nation should be properly considered. This is not a chieftaincy title we are talking about. This is an honor, which is it comes with privileges. It comes with so many privileges that you cannot you cannot mention. It's just like the Queen of England or the King of England are currently give you a ninth in the king's a ninth. It comes with a high level of distance. So the president's response and the reception thus far is really poor because it really degrades or downgrades the value people have for Nigerians. Because our leaders, the attitude of our leaders mirrors the capacity of every individual members of that society.
Okay, but should the focus of this meeting have been more on learning from India's economic and technological advancements to benefit Nigeria, as the PDP did suggest?
Yeah, well, that is why we are still. You could see the response of the APC. I think is disheartening, because if you are just saying that part of the benefit is that you cannot really itemize. You cannot itemize the bilateral relationship in this agreement they signed. We should give it to India when it comes to issue of the health sector. India they are advanced when it comes to the IT world, particularly they are advanced in it. So I was thinking they'll come up with something like, okay, we'll sign a bilateral relationship that whereby Indians can come in or Indians can be invited into our sector to develop particularly the IT sector, the IT world in Nigeria, to include to enable us manage our data properly, to also improve on our health sector, to also invest, because if you look at India economy now, is basically they have so many ongoing manufacturing industry that produce things which are necessary in improving our well-being in Nigeria. But you could see that it's just 20 tons of relief material, and that is a promising 20 tons of relief material, scholarship and all those stuff. But what stopped them? What happened to the companies India once had in Nigeria that has folded up, that would have created employment? So you could see that the purpose of it is vague. But I think maybe it's more of a friendship visit rather than official and internationally known bilateral engagement.
All right, thank you so much for joining us and, of course, for lending your voice to this conversation.
You're welcome.
My absolute pleasure.